Okay, people, welcome back to another live stream from Johnny Brento and friends. Got the Reginator with me tonight. We
Hey,
are
hey.
we are going to be working on an animation for my products, Steam Jack and Steam Jane. Little ditty about Steam Jack and Steam Jane. That was super corny, dude. I'm sorry. I apologize for that, John Mellencamp. Okay. Alright, so you're going to be hopping around here. Going to probably share the desktop a bit so y'all can see what's up. Try not to bore you. I'm going to try to get to the chorus and do not bore us. Got a little more lights on tonight than normal. Hopefully that doesn't mess up my sexy, but you know, whatever. Okay, so I have I've already made a, I haven't shown that, I believe I've actually shown the preliminary render. I've made some tweaks to the animation, but since you saw me working on the animation earlier, I'll just kind of show you how that turned out so far. I made a pre-render with some sound effects and whatnot. This might go very fast, so you have to watch it.
Okay.
You devil. You would say anything but your prayers.
So, just one more time.
You devil. You would say anything but your prayers.
Now I'm going to point out a couple things that are wrong with it. I retimed her animation and added her little hands, and as a result, his head movement is off. And so I had to go fix that, and whatnot. But I like it so much. I like that lighting so much that I want to do a couple more clips to kind of tie together with it. Man, that Steam Streets, is it Steam Streets? What is it called? Steam, can't spell today. Steampunk, Streets of Steampunk. Man, what a great product. If you don't have that, Reggie, go buy 2 copies. Anywho,
Will do.
anywho, so I saved out like my guy with the particular settings, and so first things I'm going to click the render settings to make sure I've got my same HDRIs. I am going to load in the male character, which I know I want to use for this next clip, and I'm going to load in the streets, which I know I want to use for this next clip. So I started writing up, I don't know if you saw my earlier stream, you probably didn't, but I basically went through and copied all of the DUF names to give me all my content for my write-up. So I started writing this up, and I actually got the Steam Jam product is fairly well up there. I have to do a few more clay renders to be able to submit that one, but that one's almost ready to go. I would anticipate I submit both of these tomorrow. That's because I have no clients tomorrow, so that should work out great. All right, so Steam stream is okay. Might be operating on a delay, but that's all right.
And your screen over here in YouTube land is perfect.
Yeah, I don't know if it's
You
going
can
to
see
show like an
everything.
infinite loop, when I do this, but anyway. So just moving right along, going back to that studio. Okay, so I want to grab him and I want to restore him for the time being, because I have something in mind for this next shot. I like the glowy eyes aspect of it as a steampunk mask because it's a little uncommon, Normally you would see like lanterns, but this is kind of like a steampunk / occult. I should actually put that in the description because it sounds boss. Okay, something I don't love is that it imported with him all of his keyframes, so I'm just going to kill this and make it total of 1 frame. Boom. This should ostensibly get rid of those, I hope. And then if I go back and change it to 200, let's see if it brings them back. It does. Doggone it. So let's see. How do we do this? Delete all items. Delete all item keys. Let's see here. So if I go here to here, and tell it to delete all item keys. Did not work. Did not work. Alright, let me think about this for a second here. Should have saved this guy fresh. I know what his textures are. It's easy to do. So I'm going to delete him. Now it'll be a completely different figure that I load in, but that's okay. So I think we're calling this, yeah, there he is. Version of scene. That should come in with no no keyframes. I don't know if you ever saw this, Reggie. Did you ever see this? How this one turned out? Overnight render.
No, I haven't yet.
Okay. Back to the steampunk. There we go. So that's all good.
Oh, that looks good.
Yeah, I'm kind of digging it. So you devil, we made a folder for this. So I'm just going to load the streets in. Put this guy in a particular place. I'm going to change his pose a little bit. I got to add a texture. You see, that's just a clay version of him. And I was thinking it doesn't really matter that he does not have the same textures, because this could have been a different date. Well, no, I don't know if it's going to tie together. It needs to be kind of the same. So I'll fix that right now. First, I'm going to put him over here. And look how fast my beast machine is moving this geometry around. Beast mode! Okay. So. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and give him materials. Materials. He's living in a material world.
Okay. I know that one.
Trying to find him a material girl. Okay.
Well, he's definitely finding one.
God, that's going to be super dope. I know, I'm already visualizing this animation. So, just going to get my game plans. Lots of times you can get in trouble with the time. I mean, you can remove the keyframes. I don't always know how to do it, so I'm just wasting a lot of time looking for how to drill down and delete keyframes. So you really just want to get everything set up and get your plan before you actually do any keyframing. Woo! Man. I don't know about you, Reggie, but I had a long day, man. Woke up at 4. I was in the gym by 7. And unfortunately, because I've gained some weight over COVID, that's the way it's going to be for the next 30 days at least. And I'm just going to have to get back into, I'm dieting now, so I've gotten so fat, Jesus. Okay. So
You know, down here in Texas, they call that successful.
you can call it what you want. I don't like it. I don't want it.
Yeah.
I don't like
Slows you down. I know the feeling.
So what's going? Let me check one thing. I gotta make sure I'm not the ground is not set to render right here. Can you hear that siren in the background? It's like I'm living in freaking Texas or something. Jeez.
Yeah, I do hear it. Very faintly.
Dude, that's dope.
Yeah, it's a nice thing there.
Well, it's cinematic, and
So is the camera gonna come up the stairs?
yeah.
I thought so.
And he's gonna turn. He's gonna change his pose and turn. This animation right here, because I got this nice occult imagery right behind him. It's all about. Actually, I need to move him a little bit so that's a little more apparent. So what I really want is him to basically he'll be turned toward us when the camera stops, right? Let's just be like kind of the final camera position, and he'll have his hands down by his side, and the blades will come out, and if I can do this, I'm going to try to hand animate this. So he'll be turned this way, kind of Wolverine pose, you know? And the implication will be that the werewolf is coming up the steps. I mean, the werewolf shots are going to be different, but so let's do this. We're going to go to the mask. We're going to go ahead and get our right light on it that we want. Oh boy, this is exciting. This is going to look so dope. I'm excited about this. The only thing is this shot's going to take overnight to render because I want the lights to look really good. So I have 2 or 3 days getting this done, but that gives me time to get like all the submission done. Like by Thursday, maybe I could have this clip done. So I believe I kind of went with the gold eyes. Yeah, because that was like the least, either orange or gold. Was it orange or gold? Orange are kind of, orange look really mean though. What do you think? Orange or just gold?
I think that you used the gold in the last one, right?
Is that what I used? I think you're right. I think that's just the gold, not the orange. So we'll go with that again. Okay, so so at the end of the day, I want that shot to be like right there. So I am going to, so I've got him doing what I want him to do, like right now. Like he's going to
That looks so cool. It looks like a steampunk night vision.
Oh man, that's totally what I'm going for. And I'm going to light this up too. I'm going to light this, alright, so we're going to call this thing steps. I need to go ahead and kind of establish that. Steps of 33rd degree. Okay. Now, one of the things that I know I want to do is, and it's funny because I just bought a product that might work really well for this actually. Let's see if it showed up yet. It's called Horror Lights. All products. Horror. Oh, no context. House of Horror, Strands of Horror, Horror Vignettes. Man, I gotta make more movies. This is fun. This is fun, dude. You want to have a cameo in this, Reggie?
No, absolutely.
I got to figure out something cool for you to say. I'm thinking you could be like a street crier type character.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Did I not? I thought I already did all this. Yeah, I did. Cool. Let me look at this. The name of this product. Actually, I don't have to use that. I'll use something I know how to use. So I want there to be like kind of a light, like I want that to be lit up, right? Like I want that to be really kind of highlighted. The Masonic symbology right there.
Oh, okay.
So I could do that with a ghost light, or I could just put like a spotlight on it. Let me do that. I'll put a spotlight on it. Or a point light, maybe. What do you think?
Yeah.
Point light. Let's try a point light and see what happens. If I make the eye kind of like have a point around it, it just kind of spreads out from there. That might be kind of cool. Create new point light. I'll call it the eye of whatever. Just call it eye. How about that? Accept. And then I will back off of it. Kind of get my view here and the preview, and I can start messing with the and then I guess I make it kind of an orange yellow or orangey yellow. Something to kind of counteract the so let's kind of get back to what we had here. Just making that whole image a little sexier. I can definitely see it in the preview. I just don't like how it shows up in the array preview. Let me do a test render of this. Let's see here. All right. General 4,000. We'll call this steps. I ordered me a 55-inch TV today, 4K, with all the modern, players and stuff on it, Roku and all that. And it was $100 off, and it was only $249. 50-inch TV. That's crazy,
Wow,
dude. That's
that's
a
a
good
great deal.
price. I mean, that's not a giant TV, but it's a big TV, and my living room area is kind of smallish. So, yeah, for a big house, my living room is not giant. I was going to go with like 65-inch and spend like another $400, and I thought, why? Like I usually am here at the store. I got like a 65-inch TV right here. I don't do a lot of watching TV at home, but the thing is, once in a while, Nancy wants to go to bed earlier than me or whatever,
Yeah.
Steps test. All right, now here's what we're doing. You see how I got this set to render quality enabled and 100. That's 100 seconds. So basically, it's just over a minute for each frame. So I'm probably going to have something like 200 frames. I don't want it to get crazy. So 200 frames at like like a minute and a half. Well, just over, not quite. Yeah, it's just over a minute and a half per frame. That makes something that'll happen overnight, right? Like I don't want to get crazy. But anyway, let's do this. So we're going to give that. And I can always get that down to a minute, but then, it might be there might be some fireflies in it, which I can counteract by making it a larger frame and then sizing it down when I pull it into my nonlinear editor. But I don't like to go that route. I really prefer for it to be the size I'm going to render it. The world is mine. Yeah. My granddaughter loves to play with that little ball, and it's pretty durable. She's thrown that thing like a damn basketball, and it hasn't broke, so that's pretty cool. All right. Man, I was going to do some decoration tonight. So one of the things that's changing, in the studio here is that I'm going to set up an area to have as my permanent backdrop, and it's going to have sound tiles. That's kind of the decoration. I won't be so close to the wall, so I got to move all that. But I was going to do that tonight. And I looked around for my bag that had my Velcro, because I'm going to use Velcro. Because from time to time, I'm going to need to shoot that wall, and it'd be mostly white. So I got white Velcro, and these black pads can be pulled off and stored if I ever need to shoot that wall white. Although that's kind of crazy, because I've got a 1,000 square foot room, but you never know when you're going to need a corner that's all white, and that's like the only one in the room that doesn't have guitars, and it actually does have a guitar on it, one guitar on it. I digress. What am I saying? Okay, so rendering. Calculator. So do a little quick math here. Let's just say that it works out to, damn, it's looking like 2 minutes. Yeah, I might turn that number down because I can't have it be. Okay, so that was almost 2 minutes. So let's say it's 2 times 200 divided by 60. So that's like 6 hours, 6.6 hours, which would work. I'd be able to come in here in the morning and it would be done or about done. But again, I can turn that number down. This is a test render. Although, actually, you know what? It's funny. It's like it's not even rendered yet. So what's up? Did I not do this right? Force render enable. Oh, damn! It was rendering the series. I screwed that up, Reggie. But anyway, Anyway, I can still see, we can still, it works the same. It works the same. I had already told it to go render these 30 frames, you know, that was my mistake. So let's do this. Steps. Yeah, we'll ignore that one. And we'll open this one. And we'll learn. Okay. Dang. Woo! I love how the ambient fall off lighting is on this, and that is only at like, you know, 2 minutes, man. What do you think of that, Reggie?
That looks nice.
View actual pixels.
Mm-hmm.
That is
looks
not
really
bad.
nice.
I can afford to turn that. So if I turn it down, the things like this right here where you have this little haze, that won't look as good. I think I'm gonna leave it at that just because I love how
Yeah.
it looks and just really test it. I need to line that light up a little better, so I'm gonna do that now. So I'm gonna go in here and create a posing cam, which has a light on. That way I don't have to keep turning camera lights on and off, because you invariably, if you do that, you will forget it when it comes time to render, and you're an asshole, because then you go, oh, 6 hours, I wasted a whole night, damn, I am an asshole. Okay, here we go. We want this dead center. Point light is doing the trick, man, but we just want it to be dead center over that eyeball. Eyeball, y'all. Okay. Of course, I'm not completely straight on it, but that's going to be good. That's like there's a lamp somewhere close by, but you just can't see it in the render. Okay, so we say that. All right, Lord, let me get this right. Okay. So, also posing camera. Now that I've done that, I can use the posing camera for this. So, posing camera. Grabbing this old boy. I hope that this results in sales, or you know, them giving me my full ask for it or whatever. You never know.
Mm-hmm.
But I do it anyway. It's just fun. It's just fun, you know. You're not even gonna really see the feet, but I want them to be right. So, all right. So, nothing can be super fast. That's the first thing. So, I think the point light is what's causing. Like if I turn that off, not still. Yeah. So, all right. Let's do this. Let's do the posing camera. So a very easy and fast render would be having him moving and the camera just doing that. And another shot would be coming up the steps, you know, in the morning. Now, what I could do is I could have her, because we know they meet right about here, I could have her walking down the street in a shot, but maybe not just yet. So that would be a fine shot right there if it were just if it were just tied in and he were just like right here. Camera moving left, right to left, him turning left, his right to his left. Okay, I gotta think about this for a second. So that move's gonna be 30 seconds long. Maybe I just do a quick, alright, maybe I just do a quick render and then hit another render before I leave. I'd love to get 2 shots into there, that'd be awesome. So, let's try this. Alright, create. Let's look at the posing camera and just see how that's feeling. I know I got the light on, don't really matter. Oh yeah, spotlight. Spotlight action. Alright, so let's create camera 1. Camera 1, camera 1, camera 1. Camera 1, camera 1, camera 1. Switch to camera 1. Parameters, turn that visage off. Now we can see how it's going to look. Oh, dude. I'm getting real happy with that. You know, I wonder if I could have the lights turn on. I don't think I can. I don't know how to animate the material. There's probably a way to do it. I need to talk to somebody slicker than me with that studio to figure that out. I mean, I could fake it by rendering it once without that on and rendering it once with that on. Let's do a test render at 50 and just see what happens. 2. I'm going to delete these, so it doesn't matter. I don't want to change all this. I'm just going to let it run. And I'm just going to do one test render. Oh, actually, you know what? I got to cancel that because that's the light still on. I got to turn the light off. Actually, I have the wrong camera. Let me just, okay, cancel that. At 50, it's a lot faster. Maybe we can do this one at 50 because I got it at 4K. I can size it down. So camera 1, let's do this. Yes. Let's watch how long it takes. I'd love to pull off 2 shots tonight. That would be awesome. So 30 frames per second. I probably would want to have 60 seconds, at least 2 seconds for each camera move. Because, you know, you saw how quick that, 210 seconds went. 1 second is just not. Ideally, you want at least 10 seconds on every transition. So that's like 300. I'm going to see how this looks at 50, and if it looks good, we are going to go with that. If I can get it down to about a minute per render, then you can get a lot done then. 54 seconds, 1 minute. We're going to call that 1 minute and 12 seconds. 1 minute 19. I'll still 1 minute 30 seconds, which is better than 2 minutes. Iteration 3, iteration 4. Not quite sure why I'm doing all these iterations. Huh. But it is ignoring the max time. Iteration 13. What the garbage? What have I changed? "21 iterations." It's probably because of all that freaking fall off and stuff. 2 minutes 11 seconds. Damn, it feels like it went up in time. Could be the shot though.
Yeah, there is a lot of detail.
All right, 2 minutes and 17 seconds is what that said it. I think it was a little more like 2:25, but anyway, let's cancel that. Okay. Steps test. That might have been 2 frames. That's actually, I need to switch over and do it the other way where I know what I'm doing here. Image size 4,000. I mean, that looks fine. Even the second one looked good from the thumbnail. Oh, I got stopped it. Okay. Let's see what this is. Edit with that. Okay. Obviously, that looks fine. Yeah, okay, so that looks fine. I like the look of that. I like the cut of your jib, sir. Okay, image size. Is that the same size window? I guess so. Close that. Alright. I don't know if I want to delete those just yet, because I'm not going to look at them later. Delete those for now. Okay, so going back to this opposing camera. So we kind of want him to have a very slight head movement the first 30 frames. He's going to go that's about right. That's not too fast. So he's scanning. And then we're going to go 60 frames. And he's scanning a little bit more. Now, there's something I want to do. Pose controls. All right, so if I'm on the left, there we go. So that there, and then just go all the way to here, and have him have shifted that much. That just adds a little bit of life, you know. Yeah.
Kind of like he's shifting from one leg to the other.
Yeah, exactly. So 60 frames, that's 2 seconds. That's not bad. That'll work. And then like at that mark, I want something to happen that catches his attention. And now we want to, all right, first off, let me duplicate that. Is that camera 1? That is camera 1, right? Let's see. Let's look at it from the camera 1 camera. I'm going to have to turn it on for a second so we can see and see how it's looking from camera 1. Okay, so 60 frames. And what we were talking about was going, making this go from here, so maybe like this, all the way to here. Don't want to compete with that pole. Don't want to compete with really anything. Let's see how that looks. And then back to pose control. Him, pose control, torso. And twist left. So it's pretty dead sexy right there. Gotta turn that shiny light off. Man, the freaking headlamp is the mood killer. You just don't ever want that on.
Oh, for the camera?
Yeah. Look at that dopeness right there, dude.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Let's do a single render. Still image. We'll go to the same folder. It's called test renders. We'll get a better idea. The real time involved. So turn that off. You don't see the rendered thing in the stream, right? So, or maybe you do when I'm on like full screen mode. Let's see. I'm curious about that. Yeah.
Yeah, I see it sometimes.
Yeah, if I go to like DAZ Studio only, you don't see that, which is a real B, if you ask me. But anywho.
Do that dance.
What I do to entertain you guys, right?
You have an orb in front of you.
I did chest and shoulders today.
Oh yeah?
Hurting for certain.
Oh, I feel your pain, my brother.
So right there is one thing I can cut loose to render. You know. So if that's, what was like, 1.5 minutes times 90. Calc. 1.5 minutes times 90. Obviously 180. No. 90 times 2. How's that right? Wait. So 90 times 2, right? No, 1.5 minutes. 90 times 1.5. What am I saying? 90 seconds times 89 frames equals divided by 60. That can't be right. I'm just losing my mind. What am I doing wrong here? What's wrong with my math, Reggie?
I do not know. I don't know what you're calculating.
1.17 times 90 equals 105 divided by 60 equals, that's 1.7 hours. So if I render that right now, that will be done before I left, and I could potentially do another render, and I could go rehearse for my show. I'm just trying to, I'm trying to lay my night out here, dude. You know, like so I can be as productive as possible. I could also work on my submission during that time because I don't think it would tax the computer that hard. Let's go. Just give this a look. Like, whew, that's cool. I don't see the sky backdrop here, but that might be. Let me just do one thing here. Let me go perspective. And let me look up at the sky and make sure that sky is actually rendering like I know it's supposed to be rendering. Perspective. It is not! Jameson. J. Jonah Jameson. Wait a minute. Let me do pose the camera. Maybe it is and I just don't see it. That's why I put render settings, but I guess that didn't do anything. Let me go to here and put the sky back on there that I know I had. So installation. Man, so many things can go wrong, bro. So many things can go wrong. So this is one I was using. Okay. Come on now, show them up, show them up. Doesn't look very different, does it? Let's go to the posing camera. Okay, so at least it's there. That's the main thing. Then let's do this freaking test one more time. We'll call this test 2. We'll look at the difference between last frame 2. Look at the difference. But anyway, we can look at this right now. Oh man, my knee popped. It's like pop.
Oh, joints.
So that's all good and fine for it to look that dark on the video, but like a little auto tone. Oh boy. And I could process that on all those images. The only thing about that is, if you try to do it to the images, something happens, and if you resave the images, it does not see them as an image sequence anymore. I don't know why, but that is a good looking render right there.
It
like,
is
legit. I think I'm gonna.
You know, it'd be a pretty neat render too.
What's that?
If you had like fog and the godlight where the moon is at, how the fog is breaking through.
Well, that's essentially what that particular HDRI does. I tell you one thing I'll do right now. I'm gonna take that tie off as soon as I do this render. I'm gonna take that tie off.
How so? Why?
Because it's just the kind of thing that would cause poke through here and there.
Oh, okay.
And just a pain in the butt.
Yeah, because when it's moving.
Man, we are way behind. Our stream is so far back, it's crazy. It's cray-cray.
Say, Brent, do you live on the east side of town over there?
I actually do. Well, I do live on the east side, and also my business, which has my office in it, is on literally East Main Street. That's where my house is. I can step out the door. It wouldn't take me a second to get on East Main Street.
I know it sounds kind of funny, but I don't know. I think demographics of the world, everybody has the coolness on the east side.
Word. I co-sign that statement. I'm Donald J. Brent, and I approve this message. Ha ha ha. Okay, so scarf, delete that. Oh, that's kind of a different look too. All right, so let's look at the difference in. What do we do? We added the. I want to see how much. All right. So actually, to be fair, I need to undo that auto tone, and then paste this on top. Man, that's funny because it actually got darker with that that light.
What? Yeah, I saw it. What was that?
The sky just doesn't have as much light as the default. And this this can happen sometimes when you look about. You know how I'm always talking about like the environment map, but the cool thing is, we just have to do this at frame 1. We can overdrive that by turning this off. Parameter settings. This is super important before you run a render to get this just right. I mean, that's why I'm running the test render. Okay, so we want to overdrive it to say 3, and then of course we want to look at that and make sure that looks okay. We gotta turn that light off. Dang. Oh, that's because I'm looking at the wrong camera. Camera 1. Camera 1, camera 2, camera. Oh, that looks pretty darn good right there. Look how you can see the sky in this little spot right here.
Yeah.
But so we're doing apples to apples. Let's just do this last render, and we'll get off that. And we'll call it test render 3, frame 3. Can never do enough test renders, man.
How many frames is it rendering right now? Just one?
Just one, yeah.
Okay.
So it's going to be 2-ish minutes, 1 minute and a half, something like that per frame.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a chance, depending on how late my wife comes back tonight, that I could have a chance to set up a second animation and run it overnight, which would be great. Because I got to re-render that first one. So even if I didn't have time to like work on a new one, as long as this one got done, like if I started in the next few minutes, as long as it got done, I mean, I got to watch the new Walking Dead spinoff tonight anyway, so I could let that.
Oh, really?
It's on AMC, yeah, free right now. I could let that spin and burn this off real quick while I'm watching that, and then just as long as it finishes before I have to leave, I can reload that other scene, even if I didn't have time to make a new one. But I'm really excited about that shot on the steps right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So this is the overdriven. Yeah, there we go. Gosh, I could even overdrive that a little bit more, but I don't think I have to. I think the more lit it is, the faster it's going to render. Let me just try one more. Now this is taking it to the 99th degree. You know that's me. I like how Everlast is ostensibly a Muslim in some of his raps, but then he's not really a Muslim. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He also talks about being a Mason, which is talks about being a Mason at the 33rd degree. There's all kinds of legends around that. You're supposed to basically be like a superpower human or something if you're that. I guess I don't know. Okay, so render this at 4. Let's see what it looks like. That's definitely acceptable. You can see kind of like this original one with the default without putting the moon in there. But I want the moon in there because later on that's going to come into play. There's going to be a shot where we see that something go across the skyline. So I got to have that moonlight.
Yeah, it looks really nice.
And there's a couple of nighttime ones that are just real bright. Like I want the lights to be a big deal, and like I like how these look on a hat. That's really dope.
Mm-hmm.
Well, something has run amok here because that's taking a lot longer than a minute. Even though it said a minute, I don't know if it's because I got other stuff open.
Maybe it's the sky.
Well, you could be right.
Because that's the only thing you really added in.
Let's see how it looks. Well, I overdrove it too, to make it brighter.
Oh, okay.
Really, when I could just go back to the default gray. See that? Okay, so that's that's not bad right there. It's not daylight. It's definitely. Let's try. I'm gonna hit save on this, and then I'm gonna just try to go to one of my other skies that I know is brighter, one of my night skies, and if that is ultimately, I could just use the moon shot for. See, I got this, and these are actually pretty bright, like that one right there. You can just see how bright that is. Well, how about this one? Yeah, so that's kind of a pinkish hue, but it's sort of stylized,
Mm-hmm.
Let's see how they all look. That's not bad right there. That might be a little too bright though. But I bet you it would render faster because you're not having that whole glow halo effect. That almost looks like a cloudy day. It's cool that you can. Oh, that's pretty mean looking. It's cool that you can test these out so fast.
Mm-hmm.
See what you like. Kind of gives it its own. Imagine if I went. Ooh, I like that one. I like that one a lot. Actually, let's go with that one. Let me just look at them all. But I like that one. Remember E, I liked a lot. I like that one. D and E are the best.
Yeah, that's the one I like.
D and E are the best count. That one doesn't look bad. The ones that don't have too much color don't look too bad. So C, D, and E. So far, I think it's E.
I think it's D.
Too dark. Let's reevaluate. Okay, so there's C. Hang on. There you go. That doesn't look bad. And then there's D, which is a little more daylight. And then there's E. And that's a little bluer. Blue says night. I actually kind of like that one. You want to go with that? What do you think?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's the D.
We're going to do the last test render just to make sure we're not crazy. And also, we're going to observe how fast it renders.
But Fred, we are crazy. We can't tell people we're not. That's not true.
Crazy! That I don't know if you watch Jack and Ozzy's World Tour, but I'm watching that shit all 3 seasons on
No, I haven't seen it.
DirecTV. It's funny. It's so Jack Osborne and his dad Ozzy are going around just doing shit. They're both history buffs and just going and visiting places, driving around like in a nice camper van, and it's pretty cool. They go all over.
Yeah, he came down here to San Antonio once. I'm pretty sure you heard about it, right?
Well, he didn't actually pee on the Alamo. I know that that's one of the things they debunked. He didn't remember.
They just added on to it.
Yeah, but they found out he was actually he did piss in public, but it was not on the Alamo.
Yeah. He just went to the side.
He was wearing a dress too, because his wife hid his clothes so he wouldn't go drinking, and he just put on her dress and went.
Yeah, that's him. He's a good guy, though.
He is a good guy. I like that dude, man.
Yeah, he's a sweetheart.
Okay, so. God, I feel like I could make a real movie like this. It would just take many years. I have to get voiceovers.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it right there. That's a winner right there.
Yep.
Let's call this just looks.
D. Yeah, that's it. And then with that light in the background, I can still see it on his jacket. Off the mason wall.
Yeah, the massage.
Okay, I can slightly see it coming off of his jacket in the background.
Oh, I'd love to make a comic about that character, or a character based on this outfit. Okay, so let's think about this. I mean, just because I'm already here, you know. So with that animation, you know, you could actually do a couple, probably of, let me see this here, I need to move that, make that pose a little more natural. But, like that exact same animation would play fine, like from this angle, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Wish if I could see what was on that sign. Oh. Oh. Oh.
What does that sign say?
Steamville. So if you watch it right here. Oh, shit, I didn't mean to have it move. Let's see, I gotta get my pose. I wish I could make a camera immune to taking those keyframes. There's probably a way to do it too. Transforms. Anyway, but what I can do is I can expand it. Properties. And actually what I would do is I would go to this side and I would expand it to properties like this. Grab all of those and hit. Okay, double checking that I'm on the right thing. Now it'll be in that single spot the whole time. See what I mean? Of course, that's not the sweetest. I could get it sweeter than that. There's the steam gear up on top. That's what you call a worm's eye view.
Mm-hmm.
But like that right there, I could just re-render it with like another camera. Oh shit, I already fucked up. I just do the same shit. I wish I could just highlight that and it would give me all the chances to just delete every keyframe on the item selected. It pisses me off that I can't do that. That just bothers me. Okay, So what if we do this? Yeah, there we go. Okay, right there. Gotta fix that. So once we're here, I grab this guy, twist that way. Now these are the things that looking at animation over and over and over before you render, then I realize you fucked up. Whoops, excuse me, YouTube. That hand animation can be a bitch, dude. Okay, so we go here. I'm just gonna make sure nothing comes through his body on this side. That's cool. You know what it was? I didn't start fucking with the shoulders on this one until after we got to a reasonable place. There we go. So anyway, now I'm gonna make an angle that comes up those steps. I want to just kind of have that before I'm just kind of going until I get too tired to go. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
So I want to have one that moves slowly up these steps. This isn't the attack one. This is a slower one, right? So there I am. And we'll call this create new camera, stairs cam. What else? Stairs cam. Apply that. Active. Accept. Okay, now we know what we're on. I'm gonna go 30 frames. We go to this. Turn this on just so we can see what we're doing. And we come slowly up. Ever creepier. Right? 60 frames. We go slowly up. Ever creepier. And go another 30 frames. And we go even slower and less far. Ever creepier. And I'm sensing, I'm imagining lightning happening right here.
Oh yeah.
So here's that move. Oh, that's way too fast. So now, if I go back here, and I go to 30. Oh, it will let me do that. I just didn't know what I was doing before, apparently. So let's try this now. So now, so that's 90 frames. That's 30. That's 30 seconds. So to make that a slower move, I just basically have to have the camera not be so close. You know, I wanted it to move less during that time. So still too close. Okay. All right. All right, how about this? Okay, let's do this. I feel like the rotation wasn't right to start with. There we go. What have we just met? And then on this last one, we go back some, and we still see that guy right there. And I think that's definitely, because then we could cut it into a faster move for another shot,
Mm-hmm.
and he could have a reaction, you know, like ripping out his blades or whatever. So let's check this out. I don't like the rotation so much. That needs to be the same angle. Just looking straight at that. I think it's got to do with how. There we go. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, I would have made it slower. I would have made it. And I still can. I keep telling myself this. Should I? It needs to be not quite so far back. There we go. More like the original. Alright. There we go. Much more cinematic. Something's changing with some light somewhere. You see that?
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's a... It might be... Let's check something out here. Dome rotation. Dome rotation, so it's not that. So turn off that. Let's see if we see it when I turn off the posing camera. Nope. Yeah, I did. Okay, cool. So let's turn off... What are the cameras we got? Interesting, very interesting. Camera 1. Can we turn that off? Camera 1 headlight is off. Posing camera. We'll turn it off for now. Stairs camera headlamp is on. So, all right, let's try this. Stairs camera. Yeah, that looks good, man. That looks good.
Yeah, it looks real nice.
Okay with that. I can do lightning in After Effects.
Yeah. And what, After Effects?
Yep. Let's go to camera 1. And I'm about to let this rip, dude. I ain't even kidding you. Okay, so turn that off. Save everything. This might wind up being the only render tonight, but hey, we made something cool, right?
Yes, we did.
Okay, I'm going to hit this render button here just in a second. Let's see. So I'm closing the timeline. Calling this subtle search. Subtle search. Oh, I need to make this you know what? I'm going to go with smaller too. I'm going to go with 1920. I'm not going to, I don't think, the way it looks, I don't think I need to resize it. I think it'll render faster. So that's my belief. 50 seconds. Image series, going to go to Steam Dragon Game Set Steps. That's cool. Close everything I'm not using right now. That's always good. And I am about to hit render, my friender. And I will, if I get to the place where I can animate something else, I'll hit you back later. And otherwise, I'll talk to you tomorrow, man.
Okay, got a question for you.
Fire away. At Radio Shack, you have questions, we have answers.
The tutorial that I was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Where is?
What about it? I actually bought it too.
Yeah, where is it? Well, how do you turn it on? Where is it at?
So you go to your My Account.
Okay.
See my screen? Go to your My Account. Go to a product library, and it'll be let's see here. It does a bunch of extra stuff. I just got. What was that called?
Daz something.
Well, I need another name.
Should be the newest. Surprise is not up there at the top. You just bought it, right?
I did, but
Let's
that's
see,
the way it goes. I did just buy it, but also, is it using? No, not Turbo Hotel. Let's look at these.
here it is. Daz Studio Content Creation with Blender.
Content. Okay, so you click on this, and it's 2 big files. You download them and unzip them to your video folders and just watch them.
Okay, that's what you do. Well, why did you go into the smart content?
Sometimes it will do that, but then you got to go find it. I just do these manual, anything, because you're going to delete the video to free up that space when you're done, right?
No, it's on my D drive, so I'm good.
You don't want to keep it forever, though. But anyway.
Well, you know me.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to watching that one myself.
Yeah.
That'll be very cool. All right. Can't beat that price, that's for sure. So
I know it.
I'm going to hit render. I'm going to stop the stream. Looks like we've streamed for 1 hour and 10 minutes of free Dazzertainment for you guys tonight. And
Yep.
I will show you the results of this render when we come back. So keep living the dream, y'all. See ya.